Fast forward, my man will say a more cover and brought channel your social swamps. I'll say a pop creation television. Podcast stories are training me Chris big headlines. Near Jemre, na EDB Akroma Ewaha. Need me on Braxi Muse Ende. AD can you message to me and subscribe to the channel. Hit on notification bell, share a map of friends to answer into me. Can be an idiom. I will leave you a comment under the comment section. And make sure when your cases are in sir. Young writing sim.
Following public backlash over a cash donation he made to former fetish priestess turned evangelist Nana Agrada, a viral video captured Sami Jani handing over dollar bills to Nana Agrada at an event, sparking criticism from both the public and political figures. In a Facebook post on Sunday, May 11, Sami Jani described the gesture as a private act of kindness and extended an apology to anyone who felt offended by his actions. Now, portions of that statement reads, "To clarify, this was simply a kind gesture to a fellow human being, in line with my daily and lifelong custom of lending a helping hand to people in need. I sincerely thought that I was doing this act of kindness in private. I never imagined that CM could find its way into the public space. This is unfortunate and regrettable. I must say that I understand the uproar that this gesture has generated, particularly from comrades who are sincerely hurt by same. To all such comrades, I am sincerely sorry for this unfortunate act of indiscretion. I respect and appreciate your views. My profound appreciation goes to all those who have reached out to counsel and encourage me. I'm most grateful for your solidarity. Let me state, however, that my view of public office as a privilege to serve society, solve problems, and help others has not changed. I remain focused on the task entrusted me by His Excellency, the President, for the development of our country." Let's stay with this matter because we're joined via Zoom by the Executive Director of Transparency International Ghana, Mary Ada. Grateful to you, Madam, for joining us here on the Channel 1 Newsroom. First of all, I imagine you've seen this video that is circulating on social media. What do you make of it? Has Sami Jani committed any wrong?
Good evening to your viewers. Certainly, there is nothing wrong with a public official giving out gifts or doling out, as you have said it. There's nothing wrong with people giving out gifts. If I have a gift to give to you, certainly there is no challenge with it. But when public officers are involved, then that is why the chapter 24 of the Constitution is very clear on behaviors that are permissible and others that are not. And that's why the law was made. And so also recently, I believe the current president, knowing that issues around conduct by officers he has appointed could affect reputation and could also inform the perceptions of the citizens on appointee behaviors and conduct, and also affect as well the issues around ethics in this government, is one we should be talking about. Public officers are public officers, and they are supposed to live within a certain regime, behave in a certain way, permissible and acceptable to all. We are not saying people should not give gifts. That would be being dishonest and being very unfair. We are saying that the way and manner in which they are done must be what we interrogate.
Well, you mentioned the president instituting the code of conduct for public officers. Some people believe that, well, it's just for the optics, it will not bite. Do you think that the president should take an opportunity like this and send a clear message to his officials?
I believe that certainly this is an opportunity for the president to demonstrate above and beyond that he means business by putting in place this code of conduct. we have had occasion to say that we would also want to see the Conduct of Public Officers Bill passed so that some of these behaviors can be criminalized. But then in this instance, if you go to even the conduct, you do not see a lot of punitive measures that would be in place to support whatever it is that this gentleman has been cited for infraction. We also see that he has come to publicly apologize. This is on the call of the president, perhaps, with that stern warning on those who had not declared their assets to go and do so. That, for me, shows commitment a little, and not just for the optics. We still haven't seen who was able to declare by the timeline and who was not, and what sanctions are going to be meted out to those. Then on the back of that, we now have Sami Jani, who is the CEO
of Gold Board,
of the Gold Board, publicly giving a lot of dollars, and you realize the woman even took the rest.
Yes.
This goes to tell us that perhaps for the benefit of the gift giver, and you see, it tells us a lot about the culture of giving gifts and then the recipients of gifts as well. One of the things that has happened is we tend to criminalize and also speak against those who are giving gifts. But then we go to church, we tend to talk about those who receive them, and we contextualize them as bribes, that they have taken monies and these are bribes. And we criminalize those because they are not acceptable. But then we see these same public officers engaging in some of these behaviors in many spheres of society, and they are applauded for them. We see them go into our churches and they give big donations, and the prayers are even different in many of the instances. We also see them at funerals donating big sums, but we do not do much with them because we are acceptable. We accept these when they are given to us and when they are made as donations without questioning the source. And for me, I believe that without a doubt, this is an opportunity for us to then think about the issue of lifestyle audits, to be able to determine where are these monies that these public officers are doling out to individuals out there. Where is the source? Where is it coming from? If Sami Jani has dollars, and I've had occasion to read from other sources which says it is not a unique occurrence, it's something he has done. Even during his opposition days, he was giving gifts in that denomination
in dollars.
To people. Yeah, so if in that currency, to people, so it means this is something that is an easy thing for. Perhaps he has a forex bureau. Perhaps he deals. He lives in America and comes to Ghana to work, so he has this. But then it brings up the big question of we, the citizens, who are the recipients, not questioning the source and not interrogating it. So for me, it is an opportunity for the president to also then reflect on whether we captured this in the code of conduct for the political appointees or the ministers of state. If it is not, I believe it's not too late to come back to that, to have it there. And this is an example, and I'm very sure that this is just one example. You would see public officers putting together various interventions where they have so much money, they are making donations to communities, to flood victims and others. And you sit behind and you reflect for some of us, but then all other peoples are applauding loudly and giving them all the necessary support. We need to, as a people, begin to speak to this and see how we criminalize this. And I hope that the president will, through this, then raise that issue of whether the gentleman is going to be sanctioned. I hear he's since apologized.
Yes, he has.
Stating the intention. Is an apology enough for all of us? Would it also be good for the president to also then say something? Perhaps there are different type of sanctions that have been provided for in the code of conduct, the verbal warning, the suspensions, and others. In the mind of the president and in those who have been given the assignment to ensure that they are monitoring the implementation of the codes, would this be an issue that comes to their attention to deal with? I believe it's very important for all of us going forward, not to just sit behind, talk about this one day and then let it go.
Some people have suggested that Sami Jani should be relieved of his position as the boss of Gold Board. If you had opportunity to advise the president, what would you ask him to do? That would send a clear message to his appointees.
I would say that this is apologized, and that is number one, a sign that what happened, he's come to the conclusion that he didn't do the right thing.
Okay.
But then the codes for the president that is given to his assigns also indicate others. So for me at this time, it will be a missed opportunity if nothing happens. But to say that he should be fired, that lies in the bosom of the president to do so. So let's see what he does. There are suspensions, there are verbal warnings to serve as a deterrent for anyone who wants to engage in such not to do any. So the president can take all those. There are options for him to take. Sacking is also one. The suspension is there and the verbal warning as well. I just checked the codes. So let's allow the president to take a decision. And we hope he does not miss this opportunity, because this is going to be a very good, either it becomes an influx point or it becomes a point where everybody decides to stay within their limits and behave like public officers as they should be.
Okay. All right, I'm grateful to you, Mary Ada. She is the Executive Director of Transparency International Ghana, speaking to us about an issue that has surfaced all over the internet here in Ghana. The boss of Gold Board, Sami Jani, was seen in a social media video giving out money to a socialite popularly known in Ghana here as Agrada. You are still watching the Channel 1 newsroom here on Channel 1 TV. Still ahead. Asaman 4 chiefs in the Eastern region threaten legal action against alleged illegal miner over land grab and police inaction.
Nti we ensem ahodo etimi call so channel yi so high population television. Ya mishraw on trewashim so wo yemre ewo ha. Omari so bitimi subscribe, share, hit on notification bell na emma ebusuakuo no emu enye kese. Ya mishraw se obeka busuakuo no. That's an so bad here adom bi adom yenia. Ensen hyiamu na yensum o kwan so kra. Ha. A population television. And that's what I'm